See, if I was raising a woman, I would make her the most powerful thing. Like I'll be able to mold her in ways that wouldn't even fit this earth. That couldn't even be possible. She would be so intelligently beautiful to the point where it'd be so uncomprehended that you wouldn't even be able to understand it, that you would automatically look at everything she represents as ugly because it would be so far beyond anything you could understand in the realms of beauty. I would I would teach her like how to fish. I would take her into the wilderness. I'm talking about not with a rod, but actually going to a tree and carving out nice slices of it and turning that into a spear, actually going into the river and using her perception and movement and judgment to the precise calculations that she could be able to go stab a fish right before it even attempts to even think it's going to get away, and she'll be able to bring that back and scale it with a wooden knife that she carved out the same tree, and we'll be able to fry that and barbecue. And I would teach her how to build and how to make boats and how to make houses from scratch and how to make cabins with logs. Like I would teach her everything. I would teach her how to garden. I would teach her how important agriculture is and how it applies to actual life, and how to plant seeds and how to grow and how to nurture and how to give sun and how to give moon and how to give rain. I would teach her all these things. I would teach her own in the realms. I would show her how to harness her own power. I would teach her how to be able to manifest anything she wanted literally just by feeling it and believing in it. I would teach her if she ever get hurt to not ever let the hurt change you or become her. I would teach her how to move forward in her. I would teach her how to be truly amazing. Like I would I would teach her that like communication and conversation could rule any nation, that we could think our way through things. We could talk our way through things. I would teach her that she's stronger than the mind. In fact, the mind is only a concept. It's all in your imagination. I would teach her that she could dream about anything and she doesn't have to have fear. I wouldn't even show her fear. I wouldn't even teach her fear. She wouldn't even know that fear exists. She wouldn't even know that you had to be afraid of something. I would teach her her value. I would literally go inside of her and pull out riches and reservoirs of prosperity literally out of her belly and show her her own self-worth and show her and tell her that on average you worth $82 billion, but you're above average because I'm molding you. So it's more like $882 billion. But I would show her that her wealth is so glorious and so amazing that she could be a great speaker, she could be a great teacher, she could be a great leader, that she could mold planets and shape earth. She wouldn't even think or need or even feel that she ever needed someone else to make her feel happy. Because I would teach her that happiness comes from within. So it wouldn't be no need to force happiness on her. And I would actually show her what happiness is. The happiness is what she already is. So she don't need to seek out anything because she is the embodiment of happiness. She is all the intelligences and all the joys and all the sparkles and all the gorgeousness and all the magnificence that happiness represents. In fact, I would teach that she doesn't need to be happy in order to be happy. That she doesn't need to be happy because she already is happy. She is what happiness looks like. Like I would mold her in so many ways that would be literally just lost for words, lost for thoughts. You wouldn't even be able to be next to her energy. Her aura would be so damn powerful that it would naturally and organically offend every single fiber in your body because you couldn't even come next to that level of just brilliance. Like her energy would be so powerful and so great, so amazing. Like I would hold her hands and go through all these difficult routes with her, and we would rock climb, and we would do marathons and bike ride long distances and spend a lot of nights in the dark and a lot of nights traveling, holding each other's hands and showing her how to synergize and how to live in synchronicity and the power that both of us have and the connection that we share. I would show her all these things, and I will also show her how to smile through it all. If I was to raise a woman, I don't know, it would probably be the most amazing thing. It would be truly incredible. I would literally show her divine affection. Not earth affection, not human affection. I'm talking about divine. I'm talking about invisible affection. I'm talking about the type of affection where I could be on the other side of the planet and she would still feel that affection from me. Like that type of affection, that affection that you can't see, but it's always there. You can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't smell it, but it's always there. I would teach her that all the material things that she see in the world, they don't represent success. They don't represent graduation of the soul. They don't represent any of those things. Those things are just products. Those things are just things that we just like and see and throw away. I would teach her that the only true in the material possession, the only true material value is your personality. Because you can't buy that. You can't drive around in that. You can't go purchase that from a realtor. You can't go get that from your favorite store. You can't pick that off the rack. I would teach you that the greatest material possession is a personality, a character, a quality. She would have no insecurity, no doubt, because I didn't teach her that. I didn't teach her that doubt exists. I didn't teach her that she ever had to be inferior. I didn't teach her that anyone was better. I didn't teach her that she ever had to compare. In fact, she don't even feel like nothing else can compare. I didn't teach her to consider fear. I didn't teach her to consider insecurity. I didn't teach her to consider others' feelings about how they feel she should be. I didn't teach her that. I didn't teach her that part of consideration. The only part of consideration I taught her was the highest quality, and that she always considered herself as the ultimate being. I taught her how to be a winner. I taught her how to be a champion. I taught her how to literally go for her dreams and do not give up. And if you set a goal and if you say something, mean it and live by it and go through it and accomplish it, because the greatest poverty is an unfulfilled desire. I taught her how to be a complete and absolutely enlightened being. I taught her how to see into the future. I taught her how to see the soul do something before the body even does it. I taught her how to levitate. I taught her how to use her extra perceptive perception and how to be extra sensitive to things, and how when she touched something, she could feel it 1,000,000,000 times more than anything else could feel it. That when she touches it, she understands it, she can interpret it on so many different levels. I taught her the complete and infinite gratefulness. I taught her how to be truly, truly, truly a living, breathing miracle. I taught her how to be a woman, because a woman isn't a gender. Woman just isn't a status. Being a woman means being complete.